Get your ears wrapped around the Golden State Media Concepts Basketball Podcast. All the scoop you need to know from college basketball to the NBA and even March Madness. News of your rising stars. Topics on and off the hardwood. This is the Golden State Media Concepts Basketball Podcast.
Alright, everybody, peace. Welcome to the GSMC Basketball Podcast Show, brought to you by GSMC Sports Network. As you guys know, I'm Sean Cottle, and we have got a wonderful show for you today, guys. We are going to be discussing the top 10 list given out by ESPN for the top 10 players in the NBA right now. And we're also going to be I'm also going to be doing 2 storytime segments today, just because we can. And to start the show, though, we're going to be discussing some updates on Miles Bridges' legal situations. But before we get into it, guys, if you haven't already, be sure to hit that like button, hit that subscribe button as well, so you guys can stay up to date on all the latest content that we post daily. And be sure to follow us on Patreon as well. You can go to Patreon. You can do it by going to patreon.com, clicking on the search bar, and type in GSMC Sports. That way you can get access to all of our exclusive content that we post daily. And if you would like to support our network and our company, you can do so by following the link in the ticker below. It's streamelements.com/GSMC Sports /tip. Once again, it's streamelements.com/GSMC Sports /tip. None of this is possible without you guys, the fans, so we're so grateful and honored for all the support you show us. So that being said, let's go and get right into it, guys. So like I said, I'll start the show with some legal updates on the legal situations involving Miles Bridges. And according to ESPN, a criminal summons was issued Wednesday to Charlotte Hornets forward Miles Bridges for violating the Domestic Violence Protective Order, misdemeanor child abuse, and injury to personal property, according to a copy of the summons obtained by ESPN. The alleged incident that led to the summons being issued occurred around 9 p.m. on October 6th at Bridges' private residence in Charlotte, according to a police report obtained by ESPN. The criminal summons itself described a series of events during a custody exchange between Bridges and his former girlfriend, with whom he has 2 children. Bridges is accused of throwing billiard balls at her vehicle while children were inside it, smashing the windshield and leaving dents in the car. According to the summons, he is also accused in the summons of threatening her that if she told the police, he would take everything from her and withhold child support. And that he allowed his current girlfriend to yell, scream, and kick the victim's car while the children were inside it. The summons does not say if the woman was in the car. There is also an unserved arrest warrant for the Bridges, which was first issued on January 2nd for violating the Domestic Violence Protective Order, according to Mecklenburg County Sheriff's Office spokesperson. The warrant was not immediately available because as of Wednesday night, it had not yet been served. According to the summons, a hearing on the matter is scheduled for 9 a.m. on November 13th, 2023 at the Mecklenburg County Courthouse in Charlotte. So that is so that's the update for Miles Bridges' legal issues, and we know as right now he's in the process of serving a 30 game suspension, which he served 20 games last year, And so the next 10 will just be at the start of the season. So that is the update for Miles Bridges, and it's unfortunate to see, but hopefully he can get out of the situation. But like I always say, man, it's important to know the people that we're dealing with and being able to step away from situations, or from situations that don't that don't benefit us, and that can put us in precarious situations. If something seems like it's about to get out of hand, we need to address it. Right away. Move and get away from that situation, as soon as possible. But that's the update on Miles Bridges' legal issues. Not quite sure yet what the NBA, how the NBA will react to this, or if they'll look to impose any other restrictions or suspensions on top of the one that he's already serving. That remains to be seen. Yeah. But in our next segment, guys, we're going to be just previewing, recapping the ESPN's top 10 list of players for the 2023-2024 season. And we're going to react to that, and then we'll share my thoughts on that insight, and I want you guys to do the same. So we'll be right back with all of that and then some. You're not going to miss it. Alright, welcome back. In case you missed the first segment of our show, we just gave an update on the Miles Bridges legal situation and whether the NBA will impose their own disciplinary actions upon them as well. In this segment, though, we're going to be reacting to ESPN's ranking for the top 10 players in the NBA. As you guys know, on Tuesday, we did a reaction to the first 50, so like 150. And now we're going to do the top 10. So, no time like the present, so let's go ahead and get right into it. So, at number 10, we have Anthony Davis, who last season was ranked at number 20, so he made quite a jump from last year. Number 9, LeBron James. Last season was ranked at number 6, so he fell down 3 spots. Number 8, Shai Gilgeous-Alexander. Last season was ranked number 48, so it made a tremendous jump. Number 7, Kevin Durant. Last season was ranked number 8, so he moved up 1 spot. Number 6, Jason Tatum. He was ranked number 7 last year, so he moved up another spot. Steph Curry at number 5. He was ranked number 5 last year, and he back where he was. Number 4, Luka Doncic, ranked number 3 last year, moved down a spot. Number 3, Joel Embiid, ranked number 4 last year. Number 2, Nikola Jokic, ranked number 2 last year. Number 1, Giannis Antetokounmpo, and he was ranked number 1 last year. Just right off the bat, do I agree with this? I would have Luka. I would have Steph, KD, and KD ahead of Luka. So if you were asking me my ranking, I would have. And by the way, I think Kawhi needs to be on this list as well as a top 10 player. But digressing. So number 1, I would have Giannis. The first 3, I would say that's about right. But then at number 4, I would have Steph. Then 5, I would have KD. Then 6, I would have LeBron. Then 7, I would have Luka. 8, Tatum. 9, Kawhi, and then 10, AD. So I wouldn't actually go just in my top 10. But that's just my perspective. That's just what I'll go with right now. That's just me. Yeah, that's what I would go with. It's just that when you're, and I'm not saying. So there's a difference between this top 10 list and superstars, right? So what I constitute as a superstar is very descriptive, very, very particular, right? So in my opinion, when I classify a superstar, you have to have led your team to a championship. You have to have at least one regular season MVP, or at least played, or at least been on an All-NBA team. I'll say that. Either MVP, I've been on an All-NBA team, and like I said, won an NBA championship, or led your team to a championship, and has had consistent success and dominance for at least 2 or 3 years. So so when you use that criteria, listen, there's very few superstars in the league. So just right out the back, LeBron, Kevin Durant, Giannis, Jokic now, Steph, and Kawhi. Those are the only true superstars based on my criteria. Those are the only true superstars in the league right now. True superstars. The superstar is elite of elite. The elite class. The issue is media today calls everyone a superstar, and now everyone thinks that they're in that class. But That's not the case. There's like we always talk about. There's levels to everything, and this is no different. There's levels to it. There's nuance to it, and this is one of those things where there's levels to it, and there's nuance to it, and there's not everyone is at that level, and that's okay. But there has to be a level of nuance and scriptability to it. But let me know what you guys think. Let me know what you guys think. Do you agree with the list that ESPN came out with? In regards to the top 10 list? Or would you have something different? I'd love to hear your thoughts in the chat room. But in our next segment, guys, we are going to be discussing, or I'll be doing some story time. Sharing some stories with you guys. And I'm sure you guys are going to hear all of that, so be sure to stick around. You're not going to miss it. We'll be right back. All right, welcome back. In case you missed the first couple segments of our show, we just discussed the legal update for Miles Bridges' situation and whether the NBA will be imposing another disciplinary action upon him on top of the suspension that he's already facing. And in the second segment, we just reacted to ESPN's ranking for the top 10 players in the NBA for this upcoming 2023-2024 season, and I discussed where I agree and where I disagree, and I gave my own list, my own personal list. But let me know what you guys think. Well, who are your top players in the NBA for the upcoming 2023-2024 season? And in this segment, guys, I'm gonna be sharing another story time segment with you guys. I'm glad that I'm able to, have this platform and share with you guys some of my experiences from my time as a collegiate athlete and my current time playing professionally. So, let's go and get right into it, shall we? So, this story is meant to frame and highlight the go-gettedness, the perseverance, and the almost absurd obsession with your craft that you have to be successful at the next level, whether it be collegiately or professionally. So, my freshman year, actually our last practice of the season, I had a hairline fracture in my third metacarpal bone, which is right here. When I was deflecting a pass and the ball hit my finger, and if you guys can see it, so my finger, when it hit the ball hit it, it went like that, and so obviously it caused the metacarpal hairline fracture. Ended up missing the last game of the season. I was in a cast, a soft cast, for 8 weeks. Yep, it was 8 weeks. Wow, it didn't seem like 8 weeks, but it sure was 8 weeks. So wearing the cast, so it limited things I could do, right? It was in my right metacarpal, third metacarpal on my right hand, and I'm right-handed, so I knew that there was something. So anyway, so I was wearing that for 8 weeks, but guys that are collegiate athletes know this, that you might get like 2 or 3 weeks off when the season ends, and then your off-season training starts, or your off-season lifting at school starts. So obviously that started back up, and those are technically optional, at least at the D3 level. So you might get some guys that are, if they're planning on transferring, they're not going to go, or if they're seniors, they're not going to go because they're not on the team anymore. And guys just might not show up. So my freshman year, we had there weren't a lot of guys coming to the off-season lifts after the season ended. Maybe only 4 or 5 of us, right? And so I was going, and I was in my cast, the entire time, and because it had only been like 3 weeks since 5 weeks left in the cast, and I was going every day, Monday to Friday. Friday was like the day no one showed up, but I was there every day, and I'll never forget my trainer, our trainer, our lifting coach. He said that was the most insane thing that he had seen, that a player to come off season workouts after the season ends in a cast. And I was, I did what I could. The lifts I could do. The sprints I could do, the jumps I could do, whatever I could do, I would do it. And so that was my freshman year, and then the remaining 3 years I was at my school. Our lifting coach always told the story to incoming freshmen and other teams about how I was coming in every day during off-season training with a broken cast to get to work out, and that same obsession with my craft. That's what he wanted to highlight to the new guys coming in, that this is what it takes to get to that next level, and I had that, because you need that to be successful at that level. that I had that, but that's just a story of like the insane obsession that I have with the game and wanting to be better. And you don't think about the time, especially I was 18 at that time. I was young. You don't think about it, but those moments shape you and mold you into like the player person that you are. So that's why perseverance is so key to me, important to me. But moments like that, I remember, and sometimes it's good to have other people see it as well and acknowledge it. So I just want to share that story with you guys, man. So never let a broken hand stop you from working out, getting a workout, and especially my basketball players. You know how we are when it comes to lifting. But in our next segment, guys, I'm going to tell another story, another interesting story for another story time segment. So be sure to stick around for that. You're not going to miss it. Be right back. Alright, welcome back. In case you missed the first segment of our show, we discussed the updates on the legal issues involving Miles Bridges, as well as our reaction to ESPN's top 10 list for the players of the 2023-2024 season. There were some things that I agreed with, but a lot of the things I disagreed with in terms of the ranking and listing of players. I would have Kawhi Leonard in my top 10. They did not. I would have Luka and KD both ahead of Luka Doncic, which they did not. But for 1 through 3, I would have LeBron ahead of Luka as well. But for 1 through 3, they had Giannis and Jokic and Embiid in that order. And I would agree with that. I thought that was you're gonna be hard pressed to find someone who disagrees with that part of it. And then I did another story time segment to highlight the absurd level of obsession you need to have with your craft in order to be successful. And in our last story time segment for today, I want to discuss another story that kind of piggybacks and is a part of that same framing that also frames the subject of having a absurd level of obsession with your craft. And this is another college story. It's from my sophomore year college. So we had just got finished playing Penn State Harrisburg, was it? Yes, we had just got finished playing Penn State Harrisburg on the road. So Penn State Harrisburg, about 6-hour drive from my school. So we played them on a Saturday, and we're driving back to campus. This is a Saturday game. The game was at 3:00. Game ended around 5. We got back home around 11:30-ish time frame. But when I was walking in the gym, so when the charter bus drops you off back on campus, we walk back into the gym, the arena, to put our stuff in our lockers and drop off any clothes that need to be washed in like the team laundry room, right? So I did that, but as I'm walking out the arena, I see the janitor working, and I asked him if he could leave, or she could leave the court unlocked, because I was gonna come back and get some shots up. And I had a great relationship with this janitor. Her name was Trish. Miss Trish. She was great because she always would let me get in the gym at times when we're supposed to be closed. So I get shots up. So I asked, I said, Miss Trish, do you think you could leave the gym open? I'm planning to come back in and get some shots up. She said, yeah, sure, of course, Sean. So get back at, like I said, 11:30 p.m. I go back to my dorm. I drop off my stuff, and I come back in the gym. At this point, it's about midnight maybe, and I shoot. And Saturday night, so midnight Saturday, I'm shooting. Boom, just getting shots up for another 2 hours. After we had gotten back home, I wasn't satisfied with the performance I had in that game against Penn State, and so I just shot and I shot and I shot, and I was in there for like 2 hours, just losing track of time. But that's the obsession you need to have in order to be successful, and not just in basketball, but in anything in life, whatever your field of endeavor is. You have to be comfortable with being labeled as a fanatic or as crazy, with the level of obsession that you have. And so, I just wanted to be in the gym. I just wanted to be better. I just wanted to to work. I just wanted to get shots up, and so, I wasn't doing, in my mind, I wasn't doing anything else, so, and I'm not tired, I'm still frustrated from the loss, so, if I'm not going to go to sleep, I might as well just be doing something productive. Let me just get up and get some shots. So, I was in the gym till like 2 o'clock in the morning, and then I proceeded to leave and go back to my dorm, but, that happened countless times, but, having that obsession is, can't tell you how many times we come back from a road trip or an away trip, an overnight trip, and, come back, and I just stay in the gym for like 2 or 3 hours, and so, that's that level of obsession you need to have, and there's no mistake that level of obsession and absurdity and almost like delusion of grandeur has helped get me to where I am today, so I wouldn't trade that in for anything in the world. But I just thought I'd share that story with you guys. For those that sometimes worry whether they should, dial back their obsession or, their insane level of commitment to what they're doing, don't dial it back. Increase it. Go all in on it. It's worthwhile in the end. It always is. So, and I just wanted to share that story with you guys. But thank you so much, guys, for tuning in. It was a wonderful episode. If you haven't already, be sure to hit that like button, hit the subscribe button as well, so you guys can stay up to date on all of our latest content that we post daily. Be sure to follow us on Patreon as well. You can do so by going to patreon.com, click on the search bar, and typing in GSMC Sports. That way you can get access to all of our exclusive content that we post daily. And if you'd like to support our network and our company, you can do so by following the link in the ticker below. It's streamelements.com/GSMC Sports Network/tip. Once again, it's streamelements.com/GSMC Sports Network/tip. None of this is possible without you guys, the fans, so we're just so grateful and honored for all the love and support that you show us in. It's a pleasure to be here. Have this platform with you guys. And if you haven't already, be sure to check out the other shows on the GSMC Sports Network: the GSMC Baseball Podcast, GSMC College Football Podcast, the GSMC Fantasy Football Podcast, and GSMC NFL Podcast as well. All of our hosts provide great insights on the sports that they cover, and it's an honor and privilege to be working alongside some of the best in the business when it comes to sports media personalities. So, that being said, guys, we'll be back again same time tomorrow, 5:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Continue to stay safe, be vigilant, make smart decisions, and until next time, peace.